Hello everyone, it's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, you guys can see I'm dolled up, right? I've got a look going on. And with that, on theme for today, we're gonna be covering a makeup topic. Now, you guys are clicking on the thumbnail because you're like, wait a minute, new TikTok scam? Oh, yes, here we go. So if you guys don't know, or maybe some of you have found me through this, I've actually been starting to cover a lot more of some TikTok scams. So either scammers, scamming businesses, you name it. And so that originally started with this Pearl multi-level marketing MLM utilizing TikTok Lives. Now, TikTok Lives have become a really wonderful way for people to connect with other content creators and also allowed other business owners to really expand when it comes to their demographic and so much more. But with that, we've sadly had an issue when it comes to these TikTok Lives because while they can be used for a good thing, they're also being used for bad things. And with that, we are going to be covering the TikTok makeup scoop lives. Ooh, I've been dying to cover this one. Ever since I came across the TikTok crystal scoop lives, you guys were flooding my messages with ideas and suggestions of videos and topics that I should cover. And so that's what we're covering today. Now, real quickly, I do want to say if any of you guys can see any other scams or see any other TikTok live scams, any scams in general, please comment down below because I want to see your guys' feedback because naturally, if you see a scam, I want to talk about it. So comment it down below and yeah, let's get into it. We have a lot to cover. We're going to talk about the product. I actually made a purchase from one of these websites and we're going to talk about some hidden details that you may not have noticed or no one would have noticed had they not been able to dig a little further into the company. So without further ado, let's hop in today's video. Before we get in though, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. My vlog channel, merch, and podcast are in the description below. And now let's get into it. But hold on, before we actually get into the rest of it, let's thank today's sponsor. So for today's sponsor, we're going to be talking about Maine Pooch. Oh, we need to tell them. Do you want to tell them? Okay, we will tell them. Hold on. As I was saying, and as Lila was trying to be very adamant about making sure y'all hear, today we're going to be talking about the Maine Pooch. So the small business was actually started and inspired by Rook, who is a very sweet puppy who was left alongside of the road with a broken tail. It's absolutely devastating. However, Rook was happily adopted by the small business owner, Adriana, and now the business is here today. Maine Pooch has tons of incredible products for you for your pets. You're able to get adorable leashes, collars, and so much more. Bandanas even. They have tons. So Lila got some adorable pieces. For example, we are completely ready for summer 2023 because we have not one, but two different shark themed design collars and leashes that are so cute. We also have looks like a mermaid scale theme one, which is so cute. And then also we have a toy boat leash, which is so adorable. The Maine Pooch also has a lot of other products for humans as well, so that way you can match with your furry best friend. But additionally, Lila is completely obsessed with her product. She loves when I put on a new collar for her. So it's so fun to add a little something and having really high quality products for your furry best friend. So right now today, you guys can go click in the link in the description below and go and shop the Maine Pooch. Again, like I said, they have tons of wonderful designs, amazing pieces that I really recommend and love. I've tried them. They're again, incredibly high quality and they are so freaking adorable. I love seeing Lila with her little collars. It's just too precious. Like I said, you guys don't forget to go check out all of her information in the description below and go shop today. Thank you again so much to the Maine Pooch for sponsoring today's video and for partnering with me. And now let's get into today's video. So this is how it works. I get onto TikTok and I'm scrolling through and I come across a individual that is talking about, it looks like makeup. In the background, they have tons of different palettes. Maybe there's a bunch of little art behind them and they have tons of different makeup pieces just all throughout. Some of them even have really intricate setups to where it's almost like they have a revolving little table essentially that's moving around like a conveyor belt and is rotating a bunch of makeup. And with that, there's sometimes an individual that is talking you through how to work with this, the palettes and all the makeup that is available to you. Now, from up front, I would like to acknowledge that the way that a lot of these makeup lives are set up, oh my god, the aesthetic is so adorable. So looking at it right now, I can easily see how someone would get sucked into this because it's honestly kind of sometimes like an ASMR vibe, which some people like too, which can be really soothing for some people. And it's just, it's kind of the same thing over and over again where somebody will talk about where to buy the products, what they're selling, the sale currently, and then they package some people's orders on live so that way you sit there, you get to screenshot your order, and then you get to watch other people's orders getting packed. Now it all looks completely innocent and adorable. And again, watching these, I completely was watching them for 30 minutes because I was addicted to it. However, there's a lot of details that are not being shown to you up front as a consumer and viewer. So while I was watching these, I knew I wanted to actually purchase from one of them, but I wanted to kind of test the waters on several of them. So I would make some comments asking about how it worked, what was going on. So essentially how this works is depending on the brand, they are having a sale. Most of the time, these sales are literally every single day. So it's not like a very exclusive thing, I would say. They always have these going on. So it's kind of giving the illusion that there's some FOMO that exists when really like they're going to be doing this the next day. However, a lot of them really range when it comes to pricing. So for example, there's some times where they say, oh, they're having like a $2 deal, right? Or maybe they're having a $10 deal, or maybe they're having a scoop deal. It really depends. Now, some of these are actually set up a little bit differently compared to the actual crystal scoop. So for example, a lot of the crystal scoop videos and the topics and the deals, they would have it where they simply scoop, you got a mystery package and that's it. Whereas there's actual many times where you're ordering one thing or you order multiple and then it can be randomized. So it depends on your order, right? So for me, for example, I didn't want to like drop big money on this at all, you know, especially with fear that my package wouldn't get here. So I did not do that. However, there's many different options. Now, additionally, there also are options where you can actually purchase through some of these websites. So not every one of these brands, but some of these brands have it to where they have an actual home website. So that means you can shop other products and items separately without going through the live. So for example, if I see something in the background that I like maybe, or if I want to see what other makeup products they have, I can go and purchase my own bundle or purchase several other products. Now, again, this all looks, you know, not too bad, but going through and skimming through a lot of these, there was a lot of red flags popping up. I'm going to be honest with you here. So the pricing for a lot of these, like I said, can really range from like $2 to $40 even. Again, it just truly depends on the brand and business. But the one that I actually purchased from was Pop Color Makeup. So I want to kind of go through a couple of these brands that I found, and let's go through this first one, which is Lucky Scoop. So again, I think you guys can see right out the gates, it looks very generic, very free usage photos put on a website and call it a day. Yeah, so they have it to where again, you can scroll down and you can purchase a bunch of different products. But some of these I want to kind of go through. You can do eyeliner, eyeshadow, lipstick, mascara. Then they have the live. So right here, for example, it's an Amazing Basket cosmetic makeup where it's around $40 that you can purchase from here. But again, it kind of looks a little bit all over the place. And to me, it doesn't really look like quality or done well. I used to be involved a lot when it comes to website and like helping people design websites. And with that, this looks very sloppily done. Now, with a lot of them, some of them do actually have return and refund policies, which is great. It looks like they literally did a very random last minute, there's a website and we're done. Now, the refund policy for a lot of these actually have it to where you can return products in a matter of 30 days, as long as they have not been in any way touched, nothing. They essentially have to be exactly how they showed up to you. So it's pretty much, I feel like the only way that this return policy is going to work for someone is if they change their mind and want to ship it back. But even that, I haven't really heard really great results on that. Now, also some of them do say that they will replace items that they are defective or damaged. But at the end of the day, you guys know, we've talked about this before. There's a lot of companies where they don't necessarily inherently hold up to that standard. And so I really don't trust it. Now let's actually get into this next one, which is Pop Color Makeup, which is the one that I actually ordered from. So again, they have tons of different pieces on here. So I did the $1.99 one right here. This is the per piece. So I ordered one piece essentially, and I wanted to see how that would work out. You can also get like $20 palettes. You could do a flash sale, which apparently is $20. You can get like a $50 Pop Color buy one get 20 deal. Like there's a bunch of deals on here. But to me, again, I feel like the websites look very similar, but they also look very, very generic. So right here from the get-go, I was looking and I was like, you know what? Okay, why not? I'm going to order one of them because I want to test it out, because I genuinely want to see, one, if I get my package or not, and two, is there like hidden fees? How long does it take, etc. Because I wanted to like actually test this out and see if this was going to be worth it, or if this is like a full on, you're not getting anything and you're getting scammed out of, you know, out of like $15, let's say, or you actually get something, but it's not worth it. You know what I mean? So I actually went in and I purchased my $1.99 piece. And so with that though, the shipping is expensive. So what happens is your total jumps up to like $13 almost. So that's how much I actually spent on my order. Now, when they were packaging up my order, they had it to where they were showing up the palette that I received. And then they actually picked out 2 other extra items, which I was like, okay, actually, you know, to me, that's not a bad deal at all. $13 for eyeshadow palette, and then for a lip gloss. And then also, I think it was like a makeup sponge, I believe. So that, like, for example, this is actually the lip gloss that I got. It's by Kiss Beauty, apparently. It smells like watermelon. I'm going to be honest with you here. I tried it and it's one of those like color changing lip glosses. So my lips became like fucking Starburst pink after that, which I mean, a little too much for me, but hey, like it was cute. But with that though, getting the package, let's talk about receiving the item though. And then we're going to get into some messy research that I got into. So with ordering the product, I was honestly thinking, okay, there's several things that can happen when I order this product. 1, I could either not get it. 2, I could get it and maybe it's good. 3, I could honestly get it and then it's actually bad. But additionally, if I get the product, no matter what, I'm going to see a return address. What if I can look up that address and look up details about the address and find out more information? I shit you not. Guess what? So I got the package finally. It took several weeks for it to get to me. And with that, it was actually packaged extremely well, might I add, which I was quite shocked by. There was a ton ton of bubble wrap around it, and everything that I saw in my life personally, I did receive. So I was like, okay, great. Hadn't had the opportunity to try it yet, but I saw the return address. I saw the address that was connected to where it was shipped from. I was going to look it up and see if there was anything that popped up on it. So real quickly, I want to say I'm not popping up the actual address because again, I don't know who is here and I am not in any way trying to air out the location. Like I don't feel very comfortable doing that in any way, but I am going to show you what I found. So when I was looking up the actual address, it pulled up to some very interesting details because this address kept getting clocked on the internet as an address that keeps shipping products randomly to literal strangers. So allegedly, there's reports that are saying that this address was shipping random items to people. Like I'm talking, someone got like a box of like way too many dildos. Like I don't even know how you could use all of them. Like there was like 20 dildos in a box that someone got. There's like glasses, there's been a pair of shoes, and people were like getting anonymous packages sent from them. So right there from the get-go, I'm like, wait a minute, something's messy here because why is it that this direct location is sending out a bunch of products and packages essentially to people that didn't even order anything? And where the is it going to? So part of me is like, did they somehow mess up the address and are people not getting their packages, but they're getting sent to other random people? But then additionally, because I was seeing how many different packages were getting shipped out to people with various products, a part of me really was like, is this just a random ass distribution center that has tons of randomized products that are like pretty much drop shipping? You know what I mean? Random products, someone selects it, gets shipped out, done deal, we're good to go, right? Very cheaply done in my opinion. So that's kind of what I was getting. There was actually apparently something that was sent out to these addresses and locations. There was some action taken against this, but I'm going to be honest, I kind of got alarmed here because there's products that are getting sent out to people, which maybe they might be getting them, but there already is an issue with this address alone. And who knows if these other companies that I didn't purchase from are doing the same thing exactly. So now let's talk about the quality of the products. I like testing things out. Now, I want to give a preface to this as well and say that I am someone that I've been doing makeup for a long time. Like since I was 16, y'all know, like 2016 era when they're like the makeup was like popping off the beauty community. I had an issue with over consumption of makeup during that time and I purchased a lot of shit back in the day. And then additionally, I love makeup. I applied it. I've been I think I look damn good. Okay. I think I've done pretty good with my skills and my makeup and everything. And so with that, I've learned to become quite good, I would say, with making eyeshadow work, right? So real quickly, I want to show you the palette that I did receive. And then after this, I am going to tell you my final thoughts and other things I found. So this is actually what I got. Okay. It's called a Coco Urban, I believe. And it's a Star Temptation, which honestly, the cover's cute as hell. So I actually have the eyeshadow on my eyes right now. Now, real quickly, full disclaimer here. I can work with a mean eyeshadow. Okay. I can work with a eyeshadow too. And this top glitter stuff, that's actually not a part of this palette. Okay. The eyeliner, not a part of this palette. The lashes, not a part of this palette. But the eyeshadow in general, that was me. Okay. That's from this palette. So I mainly used this shadow for my crease specifically. And then I went in to have a little bit of definition with this one. And then I added a little bit more depth with this deeper one. Now, looking at the eyeshadow and looking at my eyes are significantly lighter than the shadows. And that was something that I kind of was dealing with when putting on this makeup because I could work with it, but I noticed that a lot of the color payoff was not really there. So what that was telling me was this is highly cheaply made essentially. So the very light one wasn't really doing a lot for me when it comes to color, I would say. And I really wasn't adding a lot of depth. Like when I see this dark color, I would expect it to be good color payoff and be that color and blend it out to where I don't have to use a lot. I kept having to essentially reapply so that way it would like go down nicely. Now, like I said, I did the best that I could. I kept blending and reapplying and adjusting. But from me looking at this and from this whole concept of the TikTok live and getting makeup, a lot of people do not always do this stuff like this frequently. I did this all the time. I practice this frequently, right? So like I have been doing this type of makeup and know certain skills and certain things to make it to where I can make something work. Whereas a lot of people, they can't really make an eyeshadow work well. And honestly, if you're buying a eyeshadow, you should not have to sit there and finagle your way into making it look good. That's bullshit, okay? From the get-go, did it work? Yeah. Was it a pain in the ass? Yeah. I personally would not say that this is worth it. Now, continuing on though, I did more research as I was working on checking out this product and the other products that I received, along with looking at the return address. And I started trying to do reverse image searching. So when it comes to a lot of the products on these websites, for example, I wanted to reverse image search the palettes that are shown on their website and see if I could find them on AliExpress, for example. And I clocked so many of them are from AliExpress. Now, of course, I'm not dogging on anyone for upcharging for a product. You know what I mean? Like making a profit, that makes sense. However, what I'm getting at is a lot of these products are very generic. They're very randomly put out. They're not from a reputable source, in my opinion. And if anything, a lot of the times you could probably, if you're going to spend money on this Okay, I don't encourage it, but if you're gonna spend money, you'd probably rather spend a couple bucks on it than like dropping a good amount, and it's not even worth it. Now, at the end of the day, I don't really think that it's a good idea to purchase in general. So a lot of these products you can literally find on the AliExpress website. So it to me was just, this is giving very random cash grab. This is giving me the illusion that this is just put out there just to get a buck. You know what I mean? Because again, these TikTok lives are created to be addicting, and they do a very, very good job of it. And something I've really thought about when it comes to a lot of these scams, and why, again, I don't blame anyone for falling for these scams, is simply when we have incredible people who are phenomenal at marketing campaigns, you name it, that work for insanely huge corporations. Do you think that people that are brilliant and good at marketing can't market off a scam very well to you? Both, they can do it. There are brilliant people that try and develop scams and develop these types of things to entice you to get sucked in, entice you to try it out, act like, oh, it's not that big of an investment, it's not that big of a deal, oh, it's a good product, look how pretty it is, you should purchase it. And it leads people to essentially where they're buying a bunch of shit, honestly. Now, I want to kind of go into my final thoughts here and theories as well to kind of wrap up this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is with the pricing. I think it's compensating the people on the live stream, which, okay, that makes sense. But again, at the end of the day, it's not even quality products. So it's like, it's not worth it in my opinion. Can it be like kind of fun? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's worth it at all. Now, if you are looking for eyeshadow and makeup that is better and higher quality, might I suggest checking out several of these brands that I personally love. They are really good in my opinion if you're looking for more affordable options. A lot of my own makeup is from these brands. Have I tried a bunch of high-end stuff? Yes. Do I have other brands that are my go-to like ColourPop and NYX Cosmetics? Yeah, because they honestly have a lot of good quality and affordable products that work for a lot of people. There's better return policies, there's more security when it comes to ordering it, and you're not just risking a bunch of money purchasing a product that could honestly end up being for you. I have had nothing but success in it. And again, from someone who has overconsumed makeup for a long time now and isn't doing that anymore, I'm telling you, you can get good stuff without purchasing, and also without waiting a long ass time to get your shipment. That's another thing, is you're going to take a while to get these products in. And while yes, it's fun to purchase that up front and see what you get, at the end of the day, it is a virtual claw machine, as I like to call it. You can get these products faster at a really good price at the same time and still be getting it to where it's actually legitimately a good item. Now, I also want to make this very clear. Not every makeup brand that I've talked about in general, or is an Ulta, for example, is an ethical or good one. What I'm saying is it's better, okay? We really can't win when it comes to the society that we live in right now. From what I'm seeing, I don't think that this is worth it, but I do think that these types of brands are going to entice people who are maybe well versed in makeup or want to try something out, or like, oh, why not? It's really cheap, you know? But I don't think it's a good idea. I wanted to grab one so that way you didn't, and hopefully this video comes across the right people when I say that I've tried it. I do not think it's a good idea. And then last but not least, with this, I honestly think you're pretty much you're buying an experience. I feel like that's what it is. I think you're buying the fun of it. I believe you're just showing off like, oh, look, what am I gonna get this time? You know what I mean? I feel like it's, again, more generic BS that's happening with this. I don't think this is anything of substance. And in my opinion, with the products, I think that this is a scam. That's my opinion. You guys can think whatever you want on that. I personally think that this is a scam, and it's more of a very cash grab in my opinion. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's cheap. I think it's just preying on people who are interested in a little bit of fun, and also preying on people who don't really know much about makeup and think that just because the product looks pretty up front means that it will actually work for you, when in reality it probably won't. So real quickly, while I'm editing, I wanted to kind of talk about a couple other things that I thought about that I want to make extremely clear to my audience. So first of all, not every TikTok live or anything like this for that matter is a scam. What I'm encouraging and wanting people to look into is the source, the business, and just kind of look into where they're purchasing from, because what I have seen are scams and unethical things that are going on with these lives. Just like we can have really amazing businesses that exist that have incredible marketing and are utilizing this trend, we can also have people who are scamming you that can utilize this trend and be really, really good at marketing at that. Additionally, I want to also let everyone know that you are not at fault if you fall for a scam also. Like literally no one can avoid scams. So if someone's going to like blame you or be rude to you, I don't deal with that in my comment section. And then 3, another thing I want to mention is when it comes to a lot of these, I don't think all of them are scams, but I also don't inherently think that all of them have ill will. Now, what I mean by that is I see people who are running this with their families, for example, and again, I don't have any ill will or anything towards them. I feel like this is a really bad situation for all people, because I don't feel like consumers are getting products that are quality, and I feel like there are people that are falling into the ideal of selling these products and doing these TikTok scams, which are, again, probably not really paying them very well from what I am, well, honestly, allegedly assuming. And it's just overall a really negative situation. So I don't think everyone is bad. I just don't think it's a very ethical ethical and good situation. And I feel like everyone's kind of screwed. And with this though, I actually was approaching this video with the consumer in mind, because I know many people, again, work very, very hard for their money. And I feel really bad when someone goes and buys a makeup palette, for example, and it doesn't work, and then it ends up sitting in the back of a drawer for years on end. You know what I mean? That's no fun. I absolutely hate that. So I just want people to have a different perspective and just see a different side to this, so that way maybe if they want, they could try and go for it, and at least they know what could possibly happen, or they don't want to risk it. That was it for today's video. That was definitely a fun one. Comment down below if there's any others that you want me to cover, because this was definitely interesting. Again, don't forget to check out today's sponsor, please. I would love for you guys to check her out. She's an absolute sweetheart. I will see my angels in the next video. Bye.